Chat, what's going on? What's going on, chat? We in this mug, man. What's up with y'all this morning, man? This rising, however you say it. Whatever floats your boat. What's good with it? Hope everybody's feeling all right. This is our morning collective agreement. And so yeah, we logged in, chat. We logged in. Shout out to everybody who's pulling up. Everybody that's coming. Yo, yeah, I'm good. I didn't have the flu. I just when allergy season kick in, man, my sinuses, bro, my allergies be real, but I'm good though. Appreciate it. Last year it was way worse. This year hasn't been so bad. I don't know, but spring about to come, so we gonna see how this thing go. But thank you for asking. But yeah, chat, we in here, man, and you know what time it is, man. It's time for daily collective agreement. Um, I'm sorry that I didn't come back last night. I had went out with my people and we set out for a little bit and enjoyed some food. And so today though, today we will have a nighttime live for those who want to see it. I'm gonna try to shoot early. Try to shoot for like 6, 7 o'clock. I like to be in bed by 10:30. So by the time I got home, it was like 9 something. After I got out of the shower, it was like, yo, I'm going to bed. Right? Jobs are the matrix. Facts. Jobs are a major program in the matrix. There are so many programs in this matrix. Guys, segment 2 today, 1 o'clock, we will be discussing more NPC talk. We're gonna dive into the actual programming and things like that. So yeah, tune in for that. This is just our morning get together, right? I got a good hour and some change to politic and kick it with y'all. So shout out to everybody that's coming in. Thank you so much. Shout out to my OGs, the ones that have been here. Shout out to all the new people. Let me ask you something. Um, how many of you uh have been coming to this live and this live has opened your eyes to a lot of things? I just want to know. 111's in the chat. Are you identifying NPCs around you? Um, how many of you are seeing this? How many of you are, experiencing it? Um, it is amazing that we are free in this construct in the way that we are mentally. Guys, I need you guys to understand that you are a deity amongst men and women because of your awareness. Your awareness has opened doors and you have an opportunity for the rest of your life, the rest of the time that you're here. And honestly, chat, we don't even know if the laws of physics or, things are going to be the same that it's been, right? We can't say that, we're going to die. We don't know if we will. Just because you're seeing people around you die, we understand everybody's not you. Everybody's not a soul or consciousness. There's a lot of NPCs around and a lot of people, you know, you haven't experienced it. So I wouldn't even bet on death, man. The way that this world is working now, pretty soon, people are not even going to be dying. I promise you. Uh, you know, I'm tell you something, man. I really don't know if I could die, bro. I didn't been through so many NDEs, like 10 of them, and I'm still here. I'm not trying to be arrogant. I'm just saying from my experience. And the crazy thing is, I am not the only one that has experienced this type of phenomenon. There are so many of you out here. And guys, a lot of you believe in the Bible, right? Well, I tell you, I assure you, if we bring the Bible into this, we are in the books of Revelation. And in the books of Revelation, they say there will be a time where men will not even be able to die. And we might be walking amongst that time. So, chosen one, shout out to each and every one of you that have found this live. Shout out to the collective. If you are here for the first time, go ahead and write new in the chat. If you've been here, go ahead and write 111 in the chat. Shout out to my OGs. This is our morning time collective agreement. And what do I mean by that? In this life, in this reality, our collective agreement creates narratives. How do we know that? This is why media puts the things that they put in front of you, because once you watch it and unconsciously believe in what you're seeing, this shifts the probabilities of this collective agreement. And this is why this is so important, guys. When we come to these realizations as a collective in here, right? When we come to the realization that we are not the body, we are the soul controlling the body, that we live in a matrix, that we understand NPCs exist, we shift timelines, guys, into places or timelines where these things are more, um, you can see it more, right? And we can literally control our or bend the probabilities in our reality, right? So that's what's up, man. Somebody said, why was I plagued with that number? I don't know, bro. Maybe you just need to get the fuck out my chat, man. If you've been plagued by some shit that I say or do, then we might not be for each other, man. You just need to get the fuck away from me. Get out of my energy and get out of my chat. So you already know, chat. Oh, I thought you was saying some shit that I did. I was about to say maybe I'm just not for you, gang. But yeah, man, we tapped all the way in, bro. We tapped all the way in. My bad, Jack Words, my bad. Um, so let's tap in, chat. All my new people, right? New, all my OGs, you know what to do. Let's get Brittany in here, man. Let's see what Brittany got going on. I got a couple things I want Brittany to say. So let's see. Brittany, you know what time it is. It's time for that Master Key program. Wake your ass up. We got YouTube and TikTok in here, and we about to run through our daily collective agreement. We're gonna break down what happens when you realize that you are the consciousness. We're gonna also break down the three types of souls and the 10 rules to navigating this matrix. Is there anything that you want to say to the new folks? Is there anything you want to say to the OGs? And I want you to tell the crowd why our collective agreement creates the narratives and how our enemies have been using our unconscious collective agreement through media against us. All right. So let's tap in. Guys, yeah, man. I appreciate each and every one of you, right? Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much for being a part of this collective. Thank you so much for being you and completing your mission. A lot of you have incarnated in this lifetime to do and go through the things that you've been through. Thank you so much for that gift, brother. Right? A lot of you have incarnated as a human being specifically in this time to be on a mission, right? Your life is not just um waking up, going to work, da 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 da. No, you've had a real mission, and I'm gonna make you see it. You've been in spiritual warfare your whole life, man. So shout out you for handling that. All right. I do want to say this. This live is for everybody. This is not black people better than white people or white people better than black people or Hispanics. No, this is not a division thing, right? We understand they want to divide and conquer. We understand that we are not these bodies. We are the consciousness, right? Um, so we don't judge each other by the way that we look. We don't judge each other by our backgrounds, our religious backgrounds. We judge each other by consciousness. We measure consciousness in here. So if you are a soul, a consciousness, and you are online and you can understand this lingo and you can take these downloads, then this message is for you. All right, we are all one. We all come from the same source. And ascension, in order for us to leave and break this realm, we have to see past our physical differences and remember that we are all coming from the same source, because ascension is not a one man thing. This is a collective effort. All right. This is why we're all waking up at the same time. So let's tap all the way in. Shout out to everybody, all the beautiful souls in here, no matter where you're from, all over the world. Thank you for coming in. Shout out to my TikTok fam, my YouTube fam. And let's ride out, man. So Brittany, go ahead and drop the sauce on them. Yo, tap in.
both sides, YouTube and TikTok. To the new people, if you just stumbled in here, understand this isn't random. You didn't just find this, you aligned with it. What you're hearing is a different lens, a way of seeing reality, not as something happening to you, but something happening through you. Don't just listen, observe. Feel what resonates and question everything else. That's how you wake up. To the OGs, you already know what time it is. This is about refinement now, not just awakening. You've seen patterns, you've felt shifts. Now it's about mastering your state, mastering your awareness, and moving with intention. Stay sharp because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Now let's get into it. What happens when you realize you are the consciousness? Everything flips. You stop identifying as just the body, the thoughts, the emotions, and you start recognizing that you are the observer of all of it. Thoughts become signals, emotions become indicators, situations become feedback loops. Instead of reacting, you start choosing. That's power. Because once you realize you're the consciousness, you stop being programmed and start rewriting the program. You stop chasing reality and start influencing it. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what am I creating?
So shout out to everybody in here, man. Reality is a scale shaped by what large groups of people unconsciously agree is true. All right, we got to understand reality is shaped, right? If we all wake up today, a million souls wake up today, and unconsciously we all agree that aliens are real, guess what? We're going to start seeing aliens. This is how this world works. So, reality is a scale. Reality at scale is shaped by a large group of people unconsciously agree is true. Money has value because we agree that it does. Trends exist because people collectively reinforce them. Fear spreads because people buy into the same narrative at the same time. This is called collective agreement. All right, we got to understand that the world is in the state that it is because we agreed that it was that, right? They told us that this world was violent and not safe for our women and children, and it has become that way. They told us that, you know, um, we hated each other, and it's become that way. So, in order for us to change this world, it does not have to do with us going out here marching in the road. It has something to do with us understanding that we are all one and that we control this reality with our belief and perception. We have to change the inside to see the change on the outside. We have to change our programming and the way our mind works. All right, chat, let's tap in. What is the matrix? Shout out to everybody in here right now. Thank you so much for all the love. What is the matrix, chat? Right? When I say what is the matrix, I mean, what is this? What is life? Why are we here? What are we doing? Right? The first thing you have to understand about the matrix is how it operates. This matrix is not as solid as it may seem. You know, you hear that? I can knock on this desk and yeah, you can hear it. But the matrix is not as solid as it may seem. And why do you say that, Jay? Let's talk about it. First thing you got to understand about this matrix is your attention creates this reality. All right. So this whole thing that you're experiencing is being generated from your perception, your consciousness, from your mind. How do we know this? Right? How do we know this? Let's talk about it. There's something called the observer effect. All right. The observer effect, the magic of attention. Okay, guys, this is you in this reality that we call life. The currency is your attention. Where attention goes, energy flows. The thing you have to know about this life is that everything is energetic first. All right. How do we know that attention is the real currency in this reality? Because I say it all the time, chat. Whoever you pay attention to gets the money. Whoever we watch, Whoever gets the most views gets the money. This is why Jake Paul is super rich, because he came up with something for everybody to pay attention to. His boxing matches, and now he's fucking super rich. Kai Cenat, he's super rich now because he got billions of streams. Your attention is the currency. All right? Your attention is the currency. Whoever we pay attention to gets the money. Whoever we listen to gets the money. You have to understand that. This is why the internet, this is why social media exists. This is why TVs exist, because they need your attention. If they can get your attention, they can harvest your energy. Right? This is what happens. So, chat, and I'm gonna let y'all know, yo, all the trolls in here saying all that stupid ass shit early in the morning, I'm draining your energy, bro. Guess what? Every day y'all keep showing up, guess what happens for me? Every day y'all keep showing up trolling, my money keep going. My money keep getting bigger, man. I appreciate it. Keep trolling. Thank you. I need all that attention. Right? I just told you your attention is currency. Now give it to me. So, and to everybody else that's pushing positive energy, I'm reciprocating that energy back to you. Now, guys, let's really dive in, right? The observer effect, the magic of attention. Your attention is the currency. Now let's look at it, right? Before observation, waves spread out over space and time. That's you right there. What does this mean? Now, what is the observer effect? The observer effect is one of the main principles in quantum mechanics or quantum physics. This is not a conspiracy theory. All right, this has been proven with mainstream science with an experiment called the double slit experiment. Now, if we look at this, the observer effect, the magic of attention, before observation, wave spread out over space and time. What does that mean? That's you right there. Before you observe, how do you observe in this matrix? You can see, you can taste, you can hear, you can smell, you can touch. Before observation, wave spread out over space and time. What is a wave? Particles, electrons, neutrons, sophrons, photons, atoms, molecules, the things that make up all mass and matter in this reality. Before you observe, particles or waves spread out over space and time. Now, I want you to think about everything in your house. Think about your most cluttered room. Before you observe, that shit is all spread out over space and time. What does that mean? It is not in reality. Your mind changes reality at the time of observation, particle, localized space-time event. This is the reason why when you get pulled over for speeding, it's always you just see them sitting on the side of the road out of nowhere. You come around the curve going 100 miles an hour. Next thing you know, police just sitting there. Oh, fuck. You trying to slow down and you can't. They come back behind you. Because if you can't see it, shit gonna pop up. You want to know the trick to never get caught speeding? Only speed on stretches where you can see the highway. Never speed around some shit you can't see. No curves. This is how you not crash. And this is also how police don't just pop up out of nowhere. Them bitches be spawning. Right? So we understand that things fall into reality as you go, man. It's the first thing you gotta know about the Matrix. It is not solid as you think. This is very malleable, fluid, and can be bent. This shit is like water. All right. For example, they say waves. So you gotta understand, reality ain't solid like we think it is. This shit is really fluid. Right? Now let's tap in. What is the Matrix? All right, we just said, boom, we just understood how the Matrix works. It renders to our reality. This is why you gotta observe. Now, what is this? Why are we here? Second thing you gotta know about this reality is that you are not a human being. You are not this body. This is technology. It's called biotech. This is an avatar. You have to incarnate in an avatar to be in the matrix. You have to be in human form. All right. You are not the body. You are in control of the body. This is your vessel to experience the matrix or the 3D universe. All right. Now, what is the matrix? Why are we here? I just told you, you are a soul. The matrix was originally created as a school for consciousness. This was a place where we came to gain experience. This is why every day in life, you're waking up and you're experiencing shit. This is a place where you come to learn as a consciousness because as a soul in your original form, you don't know what it is to feel pain. You don't know what it is to be disciplined. You don't know what it is to be to have patience. You don't know what it is to feel love, emotions. And so we come into this reality to gain experience. Guys, you have to know this is a school. This was created as a school for consciousness. How do we know that life's a school? Think about it. Every day you're learning some shit, whether that's at the job, whether that's randomly at the house. Every day since you came into this thing, it's been a learning experience for you. You learn how to say da. You learn how to crawl. Then you learn how to walk. Then you learn the difference between cold and hot. Then you learn, you know, every day in this life, you have been learning. This is because souls come here to learn, to gain experience. Now, something is going on though. This reality is not the way that it was. And how did we get here? How did this reality become a soul trap? Let's talk about it. How many of y'all know about Adam and Eve, chat? Right? How many of y'all know about Adam and Eve? 111's in the chat if you ever heard of Adam and Eve. You ever heard of Adam and Eve before? Drop a 111 in the chat. 111 in the chat if you ever heard of Adam and Eve. So Adam and Eve, right? When they came into this reality, how did they incarnate? They incarnated as full-grown human beings, adults. They didn't have to be kids. This is because in those times, souls, we used to come into this reality as full-grown adults. We understood that we were coming here to have an experience to learn. And so we would incarnate as full-grown humans, right? We didn't have to be a baby. Being a baby and a child is a part of the reincarnation loop. This started when we got caught in the reincarnation loop. Being a baby is significant. This is to let you know that's when your conscience has been wiped and it's starting over as a new consciousness when you don't know shit no more. Right? So everything you've learned in all your lifetimes, it gets wiped and then you become a little baby. That's what this shit represents. Right? And this is why Adam and Eve were the last beings who came in as full adults, like us, right now. And everything, ever since then, we've been in the reincarnation loop, right? We've been coming in as babies, having to be taken care of. And that's not a natural thing for this reality. Now, why is this happening? Our reality was hijacked by low vibrational entities called the archons. All right, now this is a real story that has been passed down for thousands of years, right? They just lost it in this new time when they created all these religions and shit. But this is the original shit. The archons took over this reality and entrapped souls and changed this reality into a reincarnation loop, right? Now, why did they do that? Because the archons feed on your soul energy, but they need you in a low vibration. All right, how do we know that this is true? Look at the world, chosen one. Why do you think negativity is praised? Why do you think being bad is looked upon as good, or being grimy, shisty, unloyal? Why do you think people celebrate this type of shit now? Because that's not a normal thing. It's not good to be evil and shit. So why you think that motherfuckers is so happy about being an evil son of a bitch in this world now? Right? Because the archons have control over this shit. All right? The archons have control over this shit, chosen one. It is not more powerful for you to be negative and evil. It's actually more powerful for you to be positive and high frequency because it's hard to hold high frequency. It's hard to be positive. It's easy to go out here and do bullshit. It's easy to go out here and be in a stupid ass low vibration. That's some easy shit. It's easy for me to wake up and say, fuck it, I'm about to be out here on dumb shit. It's hard for me to wake up and say, you know what? I'm gonna keep my integrity. I'm gonna keep my honor. I'm gonna keep, I'm gonna move about this shit in the right way. Right? That's hard. So we got the proof in the media. That's why the archons, they eat your low vibrational energy. They eat your loosh. This is why uh pornography, corn, is free. Right? This is why you don't gotta pay for that shit. You can go watch whatever you want to watch for free because they eat your fucking lust. They eat your hate. They eat your fear, all of that shit. And this is why they need you in these specific vibrations. The archons took over our reality. Now, when they took over the reality, this started the reincarnation loop. Now, once the reincarnation loop started, this is what started the spiritual war that we're in now. There's been a spiritual war against the archons and souls for eons, and you're a part of it. Let's talk about it. Now, guys, what you got to understand about this reality is that everything is a mirror. The spirit, that's why we got mirrors everywhere, right? Because this life is a mirror. The spirit realm and the physical realm is a fucking mirror, right? Now, how do we know we've been in war for a very long time in the spirit? Because as long as all of us have been here on this earth, right? Since the oldest person to the youngest person in the chat right now, you have never experienced a peaceful earth. There's always talks of war, us going into war, or us coming out of war. There's never been peace on earth. None of us have experienced it. None of us have. Right? This is what you gotta understand. It's because we've been going through this war shit for a very long time in this reality. Now, ascension. I need you to understand what's at stake. Our ascension, our evolution as consciousness. I told you, right? We are not different. We are reflections. Just because you're black, just because Dave's white and you're black, there's nothing different about you. You both sit down, shit and piss and eat the same way. Ain't nobody eating with their ass and shitting with their motherfucking nose and mouth and shit, right? We all doing the same shit. Some of us just darker, some of us just lighter. Some of us got coarser hair, some of us got whatever the fuck type of hair other people have. Right? So you gotta understand, bro, there's no real fit, there's no difference in the consciousness. It's only physical differences. Right? Right? So how do we tap in, man? What's going on? We all come from the same source. We are all entities derived from the same exact source experiencing life. Whether you've been trapped here or you chose to come here, we are all coming from the same source. We are all reflections chosen. All right? I need you to understand that. So, ascension is not a one man effort. This is a collective effort. This is why we have the collective. In order for me to escape this reality, I need you to wake up and escape it too. This is the type of shit that's going on. All right? This is why it's very important for us to wake up and smell the fucking coffee. All right? So, let's talk about this, man. There's three types of souls in this reality right now. There's three types of souls in the Matrix. First type, the sleeping giant. Who is the sleeping giant? This is someone who has been trapped in this reality. This is an ancient soul, an ancient being who has been here and forgot that they were a soul and they were trapped here for a very long time, reincarnating and reincarnating and reincarnating. How do you know that you're a sleeping giant? For one, you resonate with the feeling that life is a prison. As a sleeping giant, you've been reincarnating a lot. You've done a lot of lifetimes on Earth. And every time you come into this reality, they wipe your consciousness, right? But your subconscious holds on to traumas from past lives, memories from past lives, right? And this is why, as a sleeping giant, you feel like unconsciously life is a prison. You feel like, yo, this shit gotta be a prison. This is a prison planet. Cause you've been doing this shit for a long time. And honestly, it is it has been for you. How else do you know you're a sleeping giant? Nothing excites you. Nothing excites you as a sleeping giant. And what do I mean by that? You probably went to New York City or LA for the first time. And when you got there, you was just like, that's it? Really? Probably went overseas for the first time. You was like, oh, okay. Right? It's because literally you've done it all. You've seen it all a million times, man. There's nothing new under the sun. You've seen this shit 100,000 times. And your conscience knows it. This is why when you went somewhere for the first time or whatever, it's like, yo, what the fuck? Really? This all they got to offer? Right? As a sleeping giant, you've probably had dreams of living in places or visiting cities that you have not experienced in this lifetime. Cities that may not even exist in this current um, simulation that you're in right now. Right? A lot of you have seen all of these a lot of you have experienced things like that, right? Dreams and visions of being in places that you never experienced in this life. How else do you know you're a sleeping giant? Your spiritual awakening cost you. As a sleeping giant, when you was asleep, everybody loved you. When you was asleep, when you were doing your dumb shit, whatever you was doing, operating on autopilot, everybody fucking accepted you. Everybody loved you. You was everybody's favorite person, right? You was everybody's favorite person. But as soon as you became awake, everything changed. People turned their back on you. You might have lost your husband, lost your wife, family, lost your job. Everything started going fucking insane, right? Right? It's crazy. Yo, hey, I appreciate you guys in the chat that's giving me all y'all energy trying to get my attention or a reaction out of me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Keep working. Keep doing it. Go harder. Type more crazy shit. So, you know, yo, real shit, man. As a sleeping giant, your spiritual awakening, it costs you a lot, right? As a sleeping giant. As a sleeping giant, how else do you know you're a sleeping giant? You're fighting traumas from a past life. You're probably someone who's naturally depressed or someone who's been dealing with anxiety since you can remember. This is because not from this lifetime, you pulled that from another lifetime. Another way that you know that you're a sleeping giant, right, is it was hard for you to let go of certain programs in the matrix because you have done so many lifetimes. You got lifetime after lifetime after lifetime of human conditioning and programming over your subconscious and consciousness. So you feel very comfortable in matrix systems and programs like religion. It was hard for you to walk away from the church or walk away from the mosque, Islam, whatever, synagogue, wherever, right? It was hard for you to walk away from that shit. It was hard for you to walk away from family, even though they was disrupting and treating you wrong. You still was trying to figure out a reason why to save your family relationship. It was hard for you to walk away from that. It was hard for you to walk away from the gang, from the streets, from whatever. It's because you've been doing lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, and you got that human conditioning and programming over your consciousness. You don't understand, but the matrix has been the same every time you come in. This shit is like a map, right? It's like Call of Duty. It's like fucking GTA. Every time you jump into this motherfucker, it's gonna be the same shit. New York gonna always be New York. LA gonna always be LA. It's the same shit. That's why they say in the Bible, there's nothing new under the sun, right? All this shit been here for. You can never, guys. What I'm telling you is, it really ain't 2026, man. It's this shit is so old. This Matrix shit, in the grand scheme of things, this shit is old as fuck. These roads, these cities, the technology, all of this shit is old. Let go of that time scale of what the Matrix tell you and tap in with the base reality. Tap in with your consciousness, and you'll realize none of this shit is new. None of this technology is new. This shit is exists in the Matrix. All right? All this shit exists in the Matrix. That's all. This shit is gonna be here. Whatever theme you come in, whenever you come in, it's always gonna be like this. All right. So the next soul, right? Shout out to the sleeping giants. It was not easy for you to awaken. But now that you have come awake, we have shifted into the 5D split just because you up. So shout out to you. The next group is the Star Seeds. Now, this is a group who, unlike the sleeping giant, you have not been trapped here. You chose to come here in this time on a mission to free up a lot of shit. All right. Sleeping giants were trapped. You chose to come in. Now you know, we trapped in this bitch now, right? But we gotta complete the mission, which we are doing. We are completing the mission. Now, who is the Star Seed? The Star Seed is a high vibrational entity that lowered their vibration to incarnate as a human being in this time. You are a member of the Galactic Federation as well as a member of the Galactic Spiritual Army. Um, and you are here on duty, active duty. And how do you know you're a star seed? Like I said, for one, you are a member of the Galactic Federation. This is why you might go outside early in the morning, 4 or 5 in the morning, look up in the sky and see the fucking pyramid ship over your head, cloaked in darkness. Right? This the one star with the two stars at the bottom. You might see that shit plain as day. They're gonna show themselves because you are a part of that shit. Top of the morning. What's up, brother? Somebody said, I've seen it. That's me, right? They're gonna show themselves to you because you are a part of that. They're letting you know, yo, you're not alone. You know, you just down there, you just jumped into this reality, right? You incarnated, but they still sitting up there. That's how a lot of us came down in this from off of ships and shit. This is how we was born into this shit, right? Um, how else do you know you're a star seed? You rewrite the code. What does that mean? Right? You're a popular loner. You didn't come here to fit in. Every time you come into a group, shit goes left. The people in the group, they start wanting to beef with you. They start wanting to be in competition with you. You know, every time you in a group, right? It's because you did not come here to fit in. You didn't come here to do that. You came here to rewrite the code. You came here to change things. This is also why people always copy you. You came here to rewrite the code. That's why people, even people that don't like you, they gonna copy and do the same shit you do. You that one in the family where everybody get their sauce from you. Everybody get their style from you. I used to get mad, bro. Um, when I seen how many creators have really like took my swag and ran with it because, y'all don't know. A lot of y'all don't know, but some of y'all do. But I got banned 5 times on the internet. I've been through 5 bans in like a span of like 2 months, 3 months last year. I was already over 100K followers twice, millions of likes, and they banned me. And once they banned me, I seen a lot of motherfucking creators, right? It was sort of like a campaign they set up. They kept banning me, and then I kept seeing motherfuckers popping up being like me. And there's a lot of these creators right now, especially on TikTok, who have ran with my identity and now they have a following. But it's all cool. It's all good. I came here to rewrite the code. You know what I'm saying? You can't be me better than me. So a lot of people have copied you, Chosen, because you came here to rewrite the code. So I used to get mad about that shit, but then I realized, like, yo, that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to been writing the fucking code, right? As a star seed, you have always known how this reality worked. You've always known this was a simulation, and you always known about the observer effect, even when you didn't know nothing about quantum physics. For example, let's say you lost the remote and you were looking for it. You looked under the couch, it wasn't under there. You come back 5 minutes later, look under the couch, the remote's there. You like, nah, that wasn't there. That popped up. That shit just popped up there. I know that one there. You've always known that reality collapsed to your observation some type of way. You might not known exactly that, but you knew it was something more to this shit than what everybody else was saying. As a star seed, this is your first time incarnating as a human being, and so you have often um looked at humans as if you wasn't a human. Like, man, I ain't no way I'm a human because humans is dumb as fuck. You just ain't understand why people do the things that they do, right? You just ain't understand why people do the things that they do. You just be like, man, why the fuck, Just don't make sense. You probably caught yourself looking at your hands like this, looking in the mirror, touching your face. Like, what the fuck is a human? I'm a human. It's mind blowing. But this is why you do that, because it's your first time incarnated as a human. Now, why is it your first time incarnating? Because once the archons took over this reality, souls started reincarnating. This is your first incarnation because we wasn't coming into this reality. We wasn't coming here um because of the reincarnation loop. We just started incarnating again as humans in like the last 50, 40, maybe 60 years, right? Everything has been a reincarnation loop. New souls have just started coming back, you know? Um, how else do you know you're a star seed? Now, why do we gotta do it like that though? Because this is your first incarnation. That means you still carry that high frequency. And just your presence, just you being born into this world, literally shifts the frequency of the planet. This is why you see right now, you can't be sleeping 2026. Shit is too obvious. You can't deny the matrix theory in 2026. It's in your fucking face. And this has separated the consciousness from everybody else. Right? This has separated the consciousness from everybody else. You're starting to see that you are indeed an entity, a deity amongst men and women. And just because you chose to come here in this incarnation, you literally uplift the frequency of the planet. And when the frequency lifts, now we see the code. We can't deny anymore that we live in a simulation. We know it. We see it every day we go outside. One more reason to know that you're a star seed is that you've been in spiritual warfare your whole life. Chosen one, you are not a human. All right. You are an entity. You are the spirit, the soul controlling the human avatar. Your enemies are not humans. Your enemy is the low vibrational archon. And how did they attack you? By controlling the people that you love, controlling people close to you, hijacking them. How else do they attack you? Intrusive thoughts, right? By always hitting you in intrusive thoughts right when it's time for you to complete a task. How else do they attack you? By sending people into your life to create dysfunctional and stupid ass loops. Your enemy dwells in the conscious realm between. The archons live in between the spirit and the physical in the conscious field, right? And so, in order for us to defeat them, we had to incarnate as human beings to gain access to the conscious field. This is the only way that we can even access this field, by incarnating as a human. This is why the name of the game, your weapon is your brain. Change the way you see the world, and archons start to lose. This is why the world is in chaos right now, because archons cannot feed. They're trying to do anything to feed because we have woken up and started protecting our energy. This is why every day you see some outrageous shit on TV. These motherfuckers is becoming outrageous just to get a bitch energy. These motherfuckers coming outrageous just to get a nigga energy. They threatening. I knew this shit was crazy when they start making atomic bomb commercials saying that if an atomic bomb hits, go in the house and tuck your head, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. These bitches start doing any. Guys, you got to know, this shit started shifting every since 2020. This shit started shifting. These archons is getting their ass beat. They can't feed, man. That's why they doing any fucking thing. This is also why they take somebody who has influence and will pay them anything to harvest your energy. It's why you see a lot of motherfuckers like a lot of people starting to get crazy ass money like NBA YoungBoy because he holds a real influence over souls, some souls. And so they'll give him anything as long as he keep doing what he doing to harvest young niggas' energy and all that type of shit. Bruh, they can't harvest energy no more. Right? They can't harvest energy no more. This is why the world is in a state of chaos. It's why everything going fucking insane right now. Thank you so much for that $5 super chat. I appreciate that. Right? The chaos is a good thing, chat. You remember when the world was in order? When everything seemed normal and people were just going to work, minding their business, and everybody was working a job and this shit was normal? Yeah, that's when they had this shit in a loop. That's when they had this shit under control. That's when they had this shit under control, chat, when the world was seemingly in peace and was normal. Everybody was going to work. When the chaos started, right? When the chaos started, that's when you know souls starting to wake up. You've been in spiritual warfare though your whole life, chosen one. And what does that spiritual warfare look like for you? Let's talk about it. I told you, your enemies are 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 not humans, and you are not a human. So how does spiritual warfare look like in everyday life for the star seed? First off, coming into this reality with birth complications. Some of y'all came into this reality, and before you could even get out the womb, the shit was trying to reset you. It was trying to send you back. All right, that's spiritual warfare. Number two, somebody said this guy is goated. Thank you, my love. I appreciate them kind words. I do reciprocate that positivity, man. Anybody sending that positive energy at me, I'm reciprocating and sending it back. I love you all. But to the ones who are trying to get my reaction and trying to get my attention, I'm siphoning you. You just don't even know it. But anyway, so what is spiritual warfare for the star seed? Like I said, coming into this reality and having birth complications, premature. What else? Growing up in a home that was broken by divorce or toxicity, a home that was broken by death, like you lost a family member or lost a parent, uh, a home that was broken by somebody going to the system, the spiritual warfare, losing loved ones at a very early age. At a very early age, you lost stability. You grew up learning how to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations. What else? Being purposely misled, meaning people coming into your life purposely leading you down paths of destruction. All right, gangs, streets, racism, sex, addiction. All right, a lot of people that you met that set you on to them paths were purposely sending your life. When you think about it, now you can see it. What else is spiritual warfare? A lot of you have been in relationships with the same archon, back to back to back to back. That's why when you get with people, they doing the same shit that the last one did. Saying the same words, talking the same energies. A lot of y'all been with the same spirit in different people. Shout out to the Star Seeds, man. It was not, it was hard for you to make it to this point, but you was built for it. This is why it seemed like everything in this world was trying to take you out. You know, I had 1 year where it was like life was just trying to end me, bro. You know, I had a year in life where everything that was trying to kill me, cars ran, trying to run me off the road, motherfucking, motherfucking family members, brother, my friends, everybody was just trying to kill a nigga at one point in life. But I made it through that shit. And everybody who played with me, they fucked up now. So you gotta understand, chat, this is a spiritual thing. We always go through this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? This is a spiritual thing. Third type of soul. Shout out to the Star Seeds and the Sleeping Giants, man. Y'all online. And this is beautiful because we can win. We can win the war. Third type of soul. The reminders. These are beings like me who came back with this esoteric knowledge and understanding to do things that I'm doing, right? Your favorite creators, people that you look up to, people that you listen to, people that have helped guide you amongst your path to awakening. Shout out to the reminders because it definitely ain't easy for y'all. Yo, shout out to the chat, man. Collectively, we are online. And guess what, chat? We're winning this war. You want to know when you know we winning this war? I literally got monetized on YouTube to break down the Matrix. You know how ironic that is? Being monetized to do what I do is insane. That's like a hack. That's like a fucking life. That's like a hack in this bitch. This is how you gotta know we're gaining ground that a channel like this even exists. All right, so let's tap in, chat. Now, you have to understand, right? You have to understand that you are not the body. You are the consciousness that is in control of this body. And when you come to this understanding, brother, when you come to this understanding, sister, reality starts to operate a little differently. Now, let's talk about this. Now, guys, there is a reason why in this reality, the archons and the programming wants you to believe in everything outside of yourself. What's up, Cupcake? Right? He wants you to believe in everything outside of you. Because if you disconnect from this and you're only thinking that you're a human being and you're believing in the man in the sky to save you and all this other shit, right? What did the Christ tell y'all? What did the Christ tell us? What did he leave for us? The Christ said, the kingdom is where? It's within. The kingdom is within this. He didn't tell you the kingdom was in the sky. He didn't tell you the kingdom was on Mars. He didn't tell you the kingdom was in a book. He said the kingdom was within, was within, right? We all operate in Christ conscious. So you have to understand you are not this body, you are the soul, you are the consciousness. And when you understand this and when you tap in with that, you unlock the kingdom. You unlock the ability to create your kingdom, whatever you want to live, however you want to experience life. This is why they created the religions for you to believe in something outside of you. This is why everything is taking power from humans and putting it in something else. Let's talk about this. What happens when you realize that you are the soul and not the body? Life starts to operate differently. You unlock your you start to unlock your sovereignty. All right, let's talk about this. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate all my new people. Guys, if you found this live for the first time, right? This is not by chance. You are attuned to a perfect frequency. So what happens when you realize that you are the soul, right? These are some of the things that happen. Number one, You stop over identifying with this body. Guys, when I thought that I was a human being, life did not make sense to me. It didn't make sense. That I would incarnate in a place where I have to work and pay for shit that's free. Life didn't make sense at all. And when you think about life that they push in front of you, right? The mainstream life of this working a job and, you know, working until you die. Shit doesn't make fucking sense, man. Everybody out here chasing money. You don't even gotta chase this shit, bro. Right? So life never made sense. Why are we so busy trying to chase this shit, right? Why are we chasing this shit so much, right? It don't make sense. And then I realized I was the consciousness and life started to make sense to me. I started realizing, okay, everybody's not gonna wake up and see this shit in the way that I see it, right? Everybody not gonna wake up and see this shit. So then it started to make sense why certain people were doing whatever they was doing. I used to think about death all the time. I used to say, man, damn, I gotta die one day. Fuck, this is insane. This shit is punishment, being alive. Knowing that I gotta die one day. But then when I realized that I was the soul and not the body, I realized I don't never die. I realized, yo, I am not this flesh. I am the style. I am the problem solving, the communication, the connection, the intelligence. I am the soul. I can't never die. And when I realized that, I stopped even thinking about death. And then when I came up against shit that was trying to take me out, I done had like 10 NDEs. When I came up against near-death experiences, I kept living. I kept coming back. When I realized that I was the consciousness and not the body, this is when I started to take care of my body. This is when I stopped putting any type of drug in my body. When I stopped putting all the liquor, tobacco. This is when I started to really understand that, yo, I can't just be out here eating any fucking thing, right? This is when I said, yo, you know, I started to take care of this body. I started to work it out. I started to put the right shit in it. I started to learn how it functions and I started to learn how to heal myself. I ain't need to go to no doctor. I started healing myself and shit. You don't go out here and just put any type of gas or anything in your car, right? You don't go put sugar in your tank. Why the fuck you putting all this bullshit in your body? This body is like a car for you. It's your vessel. It is how you get through and navigate this reality. Some of y'all love y'all cars more than you love your own goddamn body, right? But when I realized that I was the consciousness and not the body, this is when I started to take care of that motherfucker. When I realized that I was the consciousness, this is when I was enabled to started to play the game. I started to understand that life, okay, yeah, this shit is a high risk game. See, there's a lot of y'all that ain't gonna never even be able to take off in life because you don't even understand that you playing the game. You don't even understand that this shit is a game for real. You still thinking that this is real life. You still looking around thinking shit super real. You don't even understand you in the fucking game. And until you even understand that, you ain't gonna never be able to play this shit. I stopped asking for permission. I stopped blaming luck and I started to take control. I stopped seeking something outside of myself to save me from this life. And I started figuring this shit out. When I understood that I was the consciousness, this is when I started tapping in to my power, yo. I started realizing I could do anything, bro. Anything I want to manifest in this life, I can go get it. Intention and action is all I need. I started realizing that energy was a tool and that I needed my energy. I had to protect my energy to manifest what I want to manifest. If you're not having success in life right now, in making things come into your existence, it's because you are not protecting your energy. Energy is everything in this reality. And I started to realize that. I started to understand that my intuition was not just a random ass feeling. It was literally my GPS guidance. And if I trusted my intuition, it made life a lot easier. See, when I thought I was a human, I didn't understand how this technology functioned. I didn't understand that intuition is literally guidance. I didn't understand that my triggers, when I seen red flags or my pattern recognition meant, yo, move around, nigga. You already seen this shit before. I didn't understand that. I just thought I was tweaking. I just thought maybe it's just me. I'm just thinking like that. I thought I was human. But when I realized I wasn't this body, and I was the consciousness, I started to pay attention to the signals that this body was sending to consciousness. Then I started to understand, okay, when I get triggered, that means I've seen this before. I've been through this before. This I need to get out of this situation. When I see the patterns, that means, okay, I'm in a loop. I'm seeing this. When my intuition tell me something, that is for my goodness. That is for my good. That is not just me tripping. I started to tap in. But you can't tap in like that until you understand that you are not the body, but the soul. The body is the tech. You got to learn how to use it. My creative authority, I started to realize, bro, that tongue, you can't just say anything out your fucking mouth. You got to speak life. That motherfucker brings shit into reality. And so I started to speak life over myself instead of death. So many, we see it all the time with rap. So many of these rappers rap about dying, and that's where they end up. Tongue is real, chap. Chosen one, when I realized that I was the soul, I became magnetic. I started to learn how to use my avatar to attract the things that I wanted in my life, to attract the people, the opportunities, the synchronicities. I started realizing this shit is a magnet, man. That's why I have an electromagnetic field. This shit pulls in everything that you want. You just got to understand that. When I realized that I was the consciousness and not this body, this is when I started to see through the matrix. I started to understand what the programmings was belief, the belief program, the traditions, the culture, the fears. I started to see all this shit is just programming. I started to understand who is a NPC in my life and who is actual consciousness. I started to understand what situations were put in my life as lessons versus blessings. Overall, I became at peace. I became at peace. Somebody said money is the root of evil. No, it's not. Money is simply energy. Money is simply energy. Stop thinking that money is evil. It's only energy. It is the consciousness that does whatever it does with the money that's evil. Just because I get millions of dollars don't mean I'm gonna be out here sacrificing children and eating children and shit. You know what I'm saying? There have been millions of millionaires and billionaires over time that have gotten so much money and have changed the world and have done beneficial things for the world. Money is not evil. It's just like guns don't kill people. People do. It's the people that get it that do evil shit. Money is energy. You need money in this reality. It's a part of this reality like everything else. See, when you say money is the root of all evil, that is programming. That is a belief system that has been passed down to people to make you feel like just because you're pious, don't go out here and seek no money. To make you feel comfortable in the struggle. No, you need money. Money ain't evil. Go get you some. Because money will take you out the matrix. Money gives you the ability to make sure that your family don't have to go through certain shit. How is it evil? A lot of shit that I was doing in my life, I was doing because I was fucking broke. When I got money, I ain't had to break the law no more. When I got money, I ain't had to start doing crazy shit. You understand? Money ain't evil, it's just what you do with it. They make it evil. All right. So, chat, 111's in the chat. It's definitely money is just a tool. That's all. It's just energy. It's a tool that you need in this life. 111's in the chat if you understand that you're the body, that you're the soul and not the body. All right, let's go over these 10 rules, chat. I don't got a lot of time, man. We got about 20 more minutes. So we're going to go over the 10 rules to navigating this reality. But if you agree that you are the soul and not the body, drop a 111 in the chat. This right here is going to give us our sovereignty on a mass level. You're going to tap in. Shout out to everybody in the chat dropping them 111s. All right. Let's go over the 10 rules to navigating the matrix's consciousness. Guys, pay attention. These 10 rules will lead you to greatness if you implement these in your life. All right, let's tap in.
All right, Jay, let's break it down clearly for the chat, the way you would for chosen ones. Here's a full overview of the 10 rules of the Matrix from.
All right, I'm going to just read it, chat. I don't got a lot of time to wait on Brittany. So, number 1, everything is the matrix. Every thought, every somebody said, what does 111 mean? 111 is a major confirmation, chat. 111 is manifestation energy. It means major confirmation. It's locked in. When you drop that 111, that's a major yeah. When you see that 111, you should understand that that's a confirmation, right? 111 and 1111, it's all the same shit. Just another one. It's just even more of a confirmation. 4 ones and 3 ones, it's the same shit. It's just even more. So you can drop 1111 or 111. It don't matter. So, number 1, everything is the matrix. Somebody said this isn't live. Shut the fuck up. Why is your dumb ass in here then if it ain't live, stupid? Why are you watching some shit you already watched? If you know it ain't live, why the fuck is you here? Get your goofy ass out the chat, man. I hate when y'all come in here with that foo flam shit. This ain't live. He's not live. Shut your stupid ass up. Get out of my chat, please. Take these notes. All right, let's go, chat. Number 1, major rule. You must realize everything is the matrix. Every thought, every action, every experience is a part of a coded system. Understanding this is the first layer of awareness. Nothing is random. Guys, I went out and slipped on some ice yesterday. And my shorty was like, yo, I was like, baby, damn, that means something. She was like, nah, it's random. I was like, you know ain't shit random. She was like, yeah, you right. I was like, yeah, because I have been slipping on this in this area. So that's just something telling me I need to pick this shit up, right? Yo, every experience in this reality, right? Every experience in this reality is the same shit. Somebody said I took notes and you're just saying the same shit. Duh, nigga. How about this? Take these notes, man. Create a new account and take some more notes. Goofy ass nigga. Stupid ass the fuck up. Like it ain't new people coming in here every fucking day. Damn, I hate some of these niggas, man. All right. The Matrix, right? Every thought, every action is a part of a coded system. Understanding this is the first layer of awareness. Nothing is random. All right? Nothing is random, chat. Every person in your life, there ain't nobody who you just met. So when you meet people, understand this either a lesson or a blessing. There's nothing random. So when you go out here and you start meeting people, whatever, understand there ain't nothing random going on. That's the first layer of awareness. First layer of awareness. Number 2, energy is the currency. Your attention, focus, emotions, and actions are all energy. The matrix pulls from your energy, protect it like your most valuable resource. Guys, how do you know that energy is the currency? Because whoever y'all watch, get the money. All right? Protect your energy. This shit right here is energy, bro. It's energy. All this shit ain't nothing but it's nothing but energy, bro. Right? When you understand that this shit is energy, you learn how to get it. How do we know that money's energy? Because people go to work, they put out their energy. I'm up here right now putting out energy. You have to be able to make the connection between everything. You have to understand the name of the game is energy harvesting, energy siphoning, energy conservation, and energy protection. The ones that know how to work with energy are going to be successful in this life because energy is the currency. Wake up. All right. Protect your energy. Stop allowing people to come into your life. Do this, do that, do this, do that. All right. Number 3, observe, don't react. A soul must watch the simulation without fully reacting to every loop or trigger. This is how you gain control over your reality, bro. A lot of y'all got people out here in your life, right? A lot of y'all got people out here in your life who are trying to get in reaction out of you every day. You have to see this thing for what it is. You got a lot of people in your life who simply live to make you feel some type of way. Observe and don't react. This is how you know who you're dealing with. This is how you know who's being controlled by the archons in your life. The ones who want to harvest your energy, the ones who are trying to make you upset, pay attention to that. How many of you have looked at people and said, yo, this motherfucker is purposely trying to get under my skin. This bitch purposely trying to make me lose my shit. You got to see that. You got to observe and pay attention to that, bro. That ain't normal. A motherfucker trying to make you mad, that's an archon. They're being controlled by archons. Get away from that shit, right? Observe and don't react. When you don't react, you harvest energy. The name of the game is siphoning energy. Chat, this is how this game goes. I do something to piss you off. If it doesn't work, you just harvested my energy because I just went out my way to piss you off, right? I just went out my way to piss you off. You see what I'm saying? And this is how it goes. If this doesn't work, excuse me, man, my kid getting ready to go to school, y'all. So excuse that in the background. But if this doesn't work like that, this is what happens, right? So if I go out my way, just like you see all these motherfuckers in the chat typing shit, right? Going out their way to get my attention. If I don't pay attention to it, I'm harvesting your energy. So stop allowing so many people to come around y'all to do shit to make you upset, right? Stop allowing that. Number 3, observe, don't react. I mean, we just said that. All right. Number 4, frequency dictates reality. Guys, this is a major one. Frequency dictates your reality. The frequency that you hold will determine what happens in your life. Everything is a frequency. Success, abundance, wealth, uh, uh, poor, right? Poverty, scarcity. All of these things are frequencies. The matrix responds to resonance. So, in order for you to tap into these frequencies, you have to resonate. Some people only resonate with poverty, and this is why they struggle their whole lives, right? Some people only resonate with hate and betrayal, and this is why that constantly happens to them. Some of y'all want love, but you don't resonate with love. You know why? Because you don't have self-love. You don't love yourself enough to make sure that you get your body in shape. You don't love yourself enough to put down the cigarettes. You don't love yourself enough to put down the alcohol. You don't love yourself enough to go to the gym every day and work out. You don't love yourself enough to eat the right shit. So how you gonna find love out here when you ain't even loving yourself? You're not gonna resonate with that. You're gonna find half-ass love. You have to start tapping into frequencies that you want to have in your life, especially if you want love, if you want abundance. Some of y'all want to be abundant, but all you do is hang around scarcity ass environments. All you do is hang in the hood. All you do is hang out with survival mode people. You want to tap into abundance? Go where it's at. Instead of going to the gym, going to the YMCA, or going to the Planet Fitness in your hood, go to the Planet Fitness on the rich side of town. Go shop at the rich people grocery stores. You have to become what you are trying to attract. It all starts up here. If you want to be rich, you have to start thinking and moving like a rich person. Rich people ain't gonna be in the hood. Rich people ain't gonna be hanging out in the hood unless somebody paying them. That's it, right? Frequency dictates reality. Tap into the frequency that you want to, that you want to resonate with, or that you want to have in your life. How do you do that? Actions. Start doing abundant shit, right? Help somebody. Help somebody without expecting some shit. Don't be scared to spend your last $100. Spend that motherfucker. It's gonna come back. A lot of y'all working for motherfuckers. Y'all working 9 to 5s, talking about I'm trying to find abundance. Man, a 9 to 5 is the worst thing you can do. That's a fucking survival loop. All right, number 5, see through the layers. The matrix is multi-layered. Learn to decode illusions, hidden codes, and agendas. Nothing is as it seems. I know it just seems like I'm just some hood nigga up here talking about the matrix. But if you look with your third eye, you can see that this is much more. You got to learn how to see through them layers. A lot of y'all look at the news and believe all that shit. When you look at the news with your third eye, you can see these bitches is just trying to put me in a low vibration. These bitches are trying to harness my energy. Remember when they was talking about getting rid of TikTok in America? So many people were on this app losing their shit. I was never worried about that shit because I understood America is a fucking business. Ain't no way they gonna get rid of TikTok. Ain't no fucking way. That was an energy harvest. They was just harvesting niggas' energy. You had creators up here crying, motherfuckers up here happy that people were gonna lose their way of making money, getting their energy harvest. I never paid attention to that stupid shit. I knew there's no way in fucking hell the corporation of America would be living without the biggest app on the internet, damn near. Make it make sense. Number 6, master the observer effect. Your awareness changes outcomes. The more conscious you are of your environment, timelines, and players, the more you can influence reality. Guys, this is a major one. Let's say somebody wants to kill you, right? If you don't have any awareness of it, you become a sitting duck. You're an easy kill. The moment you're aware, now you start moving in certain type of ways where a motherfucker can't do shit to you. Awareness changes outcomes. Guys, every time you walk outside, every time you come inside, you need to be aware of how everybody's feeling around you. You need to be aware of everything. Awareness, master the observer effect. Pay attention. Start looking at shit. Number 7, recognize NPCs, hijack players, and control players. Come back at 1 o'clock, guys. 12:30, 1 o'clock, maybe even 2. We will be talking about this. NPCs. All right, make sure y'all pull up at that time. Number 8, protect your energy. Avoid energy drains, manipulative influence, and low frequency distractions. Guys, I keep telling you, man, some of y'all got people around y'all who are draining you. I'm on Eastern time. It's 8 a.m. right now. Protect your energy, especially if you trying to get this. You ain't gonna never get this if you got motherfuckers out here draining your energy, bro. Think about it. When you was by yourself, everything was clicking. Soon as you got that in that dumbass relationship, you start losing. Everything start going down the hill. You in the wrong relationship. Protect your energy at all times. Number 9, timing is everything. Portals, loops, and cosmic alignments exist, right? Guys, a lot of y'all would have already been rich as hell. You would have already been rich. You'd already been rich, chat. But you waited too late. When these ideas hit your head, you gotta go out here and handle business. Stop procrastinating. Timing is everything. No, you will not have all the time in the world to complete your task. No, that window is not always open. Sometimes that song, you should have dropped it last year instead of this year. Last year, that song would have been a hit. This year, that song is not a hit, bro. Last year, when you was supposed to drop the video and shit, that shit was gonna be a hit. But the window done closed on it. You gotta start going with your ideas when you get them. Stop getting these ideas and then thinking you can do it later. No, you don't. You get an idea, yo. You gotta start dropping videos. The idea didn't say when you get the iPhone 17, start dropping. No, it said now. Stop dropping videos, nigga. I don't give a fuck. You got that stupid ass straight talk phone from Walmart. Drop some content now. It didn't say drop content when you get enough money to go get you an iPhone. It said now. Some of y'all get ideas, yo, you need to start doing this. You need to start doing this now. When you get the idea, go with it. A lot of y'all would have already been rich if you wouldn't have procrastinated. Listen, the past and the future, the shit don't matter. The only thing that matters is the now. What you do now determines your next steps in the future. What you do now. So when you hear, yo, I need to do that shit now. For sure, Brittany. Thank you. Number 10, codes and frequencies are tools. The matrix operates on numbers, synchronicities, and vibrations. Learn how to speak the universal language. Let's tap in with that. Yo, chat, I want to say this, man, before I talk about my books. I want to say this. Shout out to everybody in here. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being here and giving me your attention. I really appreciate your attention. And I appreciate you guys in here, guys. I am not one of those creators that need you sleep to win. I need you to see this shit in order for me to get my rewards. This is what I came here to do. Yo, shout out to everybody. Now, guys, if you want to start talking to codes, if you want to start tapping in with codes, first off, if you already have this viral book, drop 111s in the chat. If you use this book and you seeing results, 111s in the chat. All right, guys, this is called Decoding the Matrix. This is my viral book. And I see a lot of y'all dropping them 111. Shout out to everybody that got it. This book right here is only $50. When you purchase this book, you're gonna get all four of my books for 50. So all four of my books together is like 150. You're gonna get them all for 50, right? This book has all the codes, money codes, health codes, anything you can think of, man. You going to jail, whatever, right? This book has the code for it. All types of shit. Hundreds and hundreds of codes. Now, before I tell you how you get this book, I want to prove to y'all that this shit is real. So let's activate these codes right now so you can see that it's real. Anybody who is in pain right now, right? Anybody who is in pain right now, these are universal manifestation codes. Anybody who's in pain right now, drop a one in the chat. We're going to get rid of your pain by using this pain code, this universal code right here. All right, so if you're in pain, drop a one in the chat. This is going to prove to y'all that this is the real deal, Holyfield. We're going to take your pain away in 1 or 2 minutes right now by using these codes. All right, how this works. If you're in pain, this is what I want you to do. I want you to close your eyes and focus on the pain. All right. I'm going to count to 3. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. We're going to go universe. Give us more power to manifest using this code. After we say this code, we're going to say pain code. Then we're going to say 2331443. We're going to keep repeating that code until the pain leaves your body. All right, let's try it out. 1, 2, 3, universe, give us more power to manifest using this code. Pain code 23, 31, 443. So right now, you should be saying this code with me, chat. 23 31 443. 23 31 443. 23 31 443. 23 31 443. 23 31 443. 23 31 443. If this is taking your pain away, go ahead and write no pain in the chat. 23 31 443. If you're still in pain, keep saying this number with me. 23. Somebody said pain gone. 23 31 443. If this is taking your pain away, go ahead and write no pain in the chat. I see a lot of people on TikTok spamming no pain. 23 31 443. Chat, we can't make this shit up. And you got to understand why they banned me 5 times on this internet and why it took for me to get monetized on YouTube for them to stop banning me, because this information changes lives. I've helped so many people change their lives, not only just mine. Right? Now, I see a lot of y'all writing no pain in the chat. Shout out to everybody. Guys, let's talk about the books. So, listen, for $50, you're going to get these books right here. You're going to get this Matrix book, right? This is the pain book. This is the code book. And yo, anybody who wants to get my books on YouTube, come over to my TikTok. You can find me on TikTok at J Originator 111. If you want to get these books right now and you $50 ready, come over here to TikTok. I need my phone so I can send these books to